everyone, it's me again, Yvonne-Cher Sky, and I'm actually going to go ahead and introduce one of my books that I've written back when I was in my 20s, called Rhuba. That's the cover, and what has happened is Amazon went ahead and printed it, but really tiny font. I don't even know if you can read it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and read it for you. I'm actually going to read the introduction and the information on the back cover. Archaya is a realm where magic and adventure abound. The world where Rhuba and her friends live in while they come of age. In a world of fantastical beasts, invading armies, scientists and magicians all operate under the watchful eyes of the gods, ancestral and nature spirits that dwell in Archaya. This book actually is sort of inspired by Agatha Christie mystery novels in the style that I introduce all of the characters in the very beginning with a short intro. And maybe one of these times I'll tape some of those intros. But as promised, I will start by reading the introduction. A morning, like every morning, an old man fulfills his destiny. The venerable man stood up, stretched his bones. His countenance was of a cantankerous temper. The cloud expression his face naturally wore brightened into a sunny morning. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in some more light because I'm unable to see the script. Here we go. Let's start again, shall we? The venerable man stood up and stretched his bones. His countenance was of a cantankerous temper. The clouded expression his face naturally wore brightened into a sunny morning after a cool night's rain as his mental theater lingered on images of his youth. He thought of how young he once was, the people he'd known, and the adventures they had shared. A smile smoothed the wrinkles framing his features, as fleeting images murmured through his mind. He blushed slightly as memories of youth brought color back to his cheeks. The gray flecks in his eyes faded to black, as the fire within them ignited. Tiny font, guys, really tiny font. His internal spark burst to full flame, and he felt years younger as he prepared himself for the tale he was about to share. He glanced over at the looking glass hung on the wall of his hut. The face that reflected back in the mirror flashed to his younger features. In his mind's eye, he was once again 18 years of age. Outside, he could hear young voices laughing and chattering. He smiled as he heard the children, who were too young to embark on their own adventures, satisfying their gallant urges by gathering around to listen to his tales to him. Sorry, small font, I'll just keep saying that. As he rose from his old chair, he and the chair groaned simultaneously. Laughing, he said to the chair, "You're getting to be as noisy as I am." He wrapped a tattered gray cotton cloak around his thin muscular frame. Upon leaving his hut, he collected his thoughts and memories regarding the details of a particular story he had promised to tell today. For whatever reason, today, he felt younger than he'd been in many years. So that's the beginning. That's the introduction to the Old Storyteller of Archaya. It is book 1 in a 5-book series based in a fantastical world. And as I flip through, I'm going to read the contents of the various chapters, the titles. Chapter 1, A Morning Like Every Morning, An Old Man Fulfills His Destiny. Chapter 2, Sam's story involves his finding an ancient wood from another world. 3, a chance meeting of two soldiers linking the old world with the new. 4. An old man tells his story of Archaya and begins a personal epic. 5. A definition of a seer, Rhuba, who is the center of our tale. 6. Rhuba's descendants, Justine and Lorraine. 7 is Rhuba's ancestors, Shara. 8. A brief theological background of Archaya. 9. Dismal visions, change in the air. 10. Into town. 11. Joannan, an innkeeper's view of life. 11. A blast, a symbolic ending to the peacefulness. 12. Preparing for the journey. 13. One for the road. 14. A last look at her home. 15. Return to the lake. 16. Davian's cave. 17. An infernal conversation. 18. More join the crew. 19. Enter the village of the Mortha and the creatures that inhabit it. 19. Wazat attack. 20. Goodbye to Archaya. 21. The storyteller ends the tale for the night. Now with that, I've got to say, I just kind of guessed at the numbers as I was reading them down, because they aren't written in the text. So I may be wrong about some of those numbers, but you get an idea of where the story's headed. As I said, I wrote this book when I was in my 20s, and the few people that got their hands on the manuscript read it from page 1 to page 100 without putting it down. They absolutely were engrossed in the tale. I was flattered and amazed that these people were so engrossed in the tale, as I knew that they were highly critical and literary obsessionist people, kind of like myself. So to get that sort of recommendation and accolade was quite flattering, and I had shelved this book for many, many years because I didn't feel it was ready to be out there, which is a common thing that happens with people who are writers, but they don't really see themselves as writers. And as a result, I didn't publish it till 2017. Well, once again, when I published online and it's available for sale on my book page on Amazon, you could type in Yvonne-Cher Sky and you can find this book. With that, of course, is somehow the font got really, really tiny, and I've been kind of shy about distributing this book because of the tiny font. So, but now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let you people know about it and read excerpts from it and my other tales as well, because I do have several books I've written under the pen name Raven Nightshade, and those are in the horror genre, as well as I have written metaphysical books, New Age books, which is part of another series that is just simply called the Seeress series, because it's a journey of shamanism within Native American as well as spiritual contexts. So there's that series as well that I will be introducing, like I said, via video, because I currently don't have a literary agent, and I want the stories to be out there. They really need to be read. They've been written, now they're ready to be read. Okay, well that's all I have to say for now. Thank you for listening. Bye.